we uncover the Eurocash warehouse job in Poland. Explore working conditions, the experiences of fellow workers, and uncover salary insights and potential job opportunities. Our aim is to deliver an honest review of the pros and cons. Friends, hello. I continue to show you what it really looks like to work abroad, and today I checked a vacancy for you in Poland at Eurocash warehouses. I am sure that most of you have heard about this warehouse, because this brand is really popular, and the warehouses themselves are located practically throughout Poland. This warehouse, which I have checked for you, is located in the town of Blon, which is located not far from the city of Warsaw. And now I will show you in what conditions Ukrainians work there, what their work is and what they say about it. And at the end of the video, according to tradition, I will, as always, provide you with my own summary, in which I will tell you about the pros and cons that I have personally identified for myself. But before moving on to the video, I would like to draw your attention to the fact that after my visit, the rates have already increased. My name is Valerie. I am a high loader operator. My task is to take the product and put it in the place so that the containers can come and pick up the product and put it on pallets. Good afternoon, my name is Nadia. My job is to pack the product. That is, we receive an order on the scanner and collect it according to the warehouse, in fact, to some specific store. And after the new year, they will also increase again. Therefore, the salary on these vacancies, even today, is already somewhat higher than it will be indicated in the video. So pay attention to this as well. And there are no changes in everything else. Good afternoon. What is your name and what is your job? Good afternoon, my name is Nadia. My job is to pack the product. That is, we receive an order on the scanner and collect it according to the warehouse, in fact, to some specific store. My name is Igor. I am engaged in various processes, packaging, loading, receiving goods. In fact, in all processes that I am. My name is Tatiana. My work is in the packaging of goods in different stores. My name is Andrei. My job is in the packaging of goods, assembly, packaging, shipping to the client. If it's not a secret, which city are you from? I'm from the city of Mykolaiv. From Lutsk? From Lutsk. How long have you been working here? More than 5 years. 5 years. Since that year, it's like I came here for the second time. I came here for the first time last year. I liked the job, and I came back here again this year. About 3 years, maybe a little more. Well, I've been working here for about 4 years. Is this your first job in Poland? No, there have already been a few. Did you work? Yes. Which one is better, this one or well, again, it depends. That is, I was, let's say, directed in order to have the opportunity to earn more, but this object directly applies to me. Accordingly, if people come there with families, have small children, that is, they need more free time, then they can directly choose an object where you can work for 8 hours, 5 days, have 2 weekends, that is, it depends directly on everyone. Tell us more about the work itself. I know that there are several shops here, please tell us about it. Yes, in fact, there are 2 shops in our warehouse. This is a warm warehouse, otherwise it is called dry. It complements food, chemicals, everything that is not subject to thermal storage. And there is also a cold warehouse, i.e. cold, where dairy products, meat, vegetables are supplied. Everything that is subject to thermal storage. Tell us more about your work. What do you do? Maybe you collect something, put it somewhere? As you can see, behind me, on the shelves, there are goods. I have to take that product and come to the designated place and put it and confirm that I did it. We collect alcohol, pack it, send it to customers. Do you work in a cold shop? Mostly yes. Tell us more about the essence of the work is probably the same as in the dry warehouse. Everything depends on the order of the goods that the store orders. The main purpose of our work is to give the product correctly, with the right date, to put it nicely, not to damage it, to preserve the product appearance. How do you know which goods to put where? We have a system. The system shows where we have to come, what we have to take off and where we have to put it. You work according to the type of contract, language, application? Yes. Is there an opportunity to work here according to the type of contract, language, work? Yes, you can work directly by going to the company. People choose for themselves what is best for them. If you want more than 1 hour, then, of course, you work under the terms of the application and already work through the work agency. If you want to set up the package that the employer gives, here is Eurocash itself, then it can go to 8 hours of working day. How about the pace? Are you able to do it? Well, I'm able to do it. I give the standard. Thank God. Do you perform? Yes. The standard is 130, but it is given. If you don't manage to do the standard, they can sometimes help you support her. They always come out somewhere, or something hurts, or something else. That is, they help. There is no trouble in all this. How is the work for you in general? Is it easy for you? Well, no, I wouldn't say that the job is difficult, just to understand it. You work, you learn well, you can work. Well, since I've been working for a long time, I can say that I've gotten used to it. For new employees, of course, it will be something unusual, even such an atmosphere, who has never worked in warehouses. But the work is obviously physical, that is, it provides for lifting, moving loads. Well, it also depends, let's say, on the work that the guys are involved in more. There are orders that are given more for girls, that is, a refrigerator or some such easier orders. Well, there are also, depending on the BHP, that is, the weight that a man or woman can lift. Approximately, it is compensated. That is, if it can be, say, a difficult order, then the next ones are already trying to break it a little. How many hours a day do you work? Minimum is 8. Well, most of us work for 10 to 12 basically. We work for 12 hours, but there are days when there is less work, less orders, but it's literally one day, and so we work for 12 hours. It also depends, well, approximately in the area of 10, because there are days when you work less, it can be 8 hours, there are days when you need more, it's 12 hours, that is, if you take it approximately in the middle of the month and during the year, then about that. Are there breaks here? Yes, there are breaks. Every 4 hours you have 20 minutes. If you work for 8 hours, then you have 1 break for 20 minutes. If you work for 12, then you have 2. But there is also the fact that every 2 hours the gate opens and people can go out and light a cigarette for 5 minutes. Yes, there are breaks every 4 hours. 20 minutes of lunch. If we work for 12 hours, 2 breaks. After 4, then after 8. There are breaks, if you work for 12 hours, then every 4 hours for 20 minutes. You have the right to go out for lunch, to sit. What is your schedule of work? The schedule of work is also different for people. For example, as far as I am concerned, I've been working for a long time for the first shift, that is, from 6 in the morning, well, and there is already how much will be needed, that is, there or until the 14th or the 16th, the 18th, well, it already depends on the scope of work. Currently, we work from the second day to the second night. That is, we have 12 hours of work. There are days when there is less work on Wednesday and Friday. It can be 10, and on Friday it can be 6. There are mainly 3 changes in this report. For permanent employees, they are different. From the 6th to the 14th, from the 14th to the 22nd, from the 22nd to the 6th. There are permanent employees who are attached to such processes as reception. They basically go through this first change, that is, from 6 o'clock to 14 o'clock. As most Ukrainians work in a set, they work from 2 o'clock to 14 o'clock, well, depending on how long it will take, maybe 8, 10, 12 hours. Accordingly, it is the same every week, that is, one week you work, for example, from the 14th, it can be until the 2nd, and the next week, for example, as a night shift, it can be from the 20th hour, from the 18th, depending on the need. Well, you can also treat these 10, 12 hours, as long as it takes. Is there a fee for night shifts here? No, there is no fee for night shifts. What do you think? Who will not like this? Probably lazy. If a person wants to work and works well, he or she will earn well. Serious people. Well, I don't know. How much time did you need to sort out everything and start working on well, to sort it out? Well, for about 2 or 3 days, as I've already worked on it and I know the scanner and I know the system itself, it is very fast. And for those who want to do this, there is nothing complicated. When I came to this facility, there were a few of us, Ukrainians. Now the approach has changed. It went both from the side of the agency and directly from the facility itself, from the management. That is, there is more cooperation. In principle, people are provided with work, they have the opportunity to earn. There are no significant problems. Almost immediately. Even if there was no training for a week, we worked immediately. Mainly because there was a lot of work. I know. Did you study quickly? It doesn't matter. Even when I teach people, there are moments when they say that our work is their own Tetris. I used to play Tetris. In fact, the field is built visually. If you have a good visual vision, thinking, then you learn quickly. But, of course, if you don't understand what is thin and what is square, and you put it the other way around, then the learning process will definitely be much longer. What is the hourly rate? In fact, There is no such rate because we work according to the agreement, that is, according to the production. And it depends on what order you have and how effectively you work. For those employees who work for a long time, it is more profitable than the standard hourly rate. Tell us in detail how the accord is calculated. The accord is calculated, let's say, there were different perturbations. The last one we have, the accord is calculated by the number of boxes. That is, in each order that is made here at the warehouse, accordingly, there is a certain number of for one carton, depending on your productivity, on average, it is about UAH. That is, 0 to 12 zlotys for one carton. Accordingly, the number of cartons you collect, the amount you keep. Explain, what is a carton? A carton is a number of packages that are put on the order and, accordingly, your payment is calculated from them. For example, if it can be how much do you earn? Well, looking at how many hours a month there is work. Most of the time, well, there are enough hours. I get, for example, from 4 to 5,000, depending on what time, what month, whether it is a holiday or not, well such. And people get more. This will clean the net on a bank card. Yes, on a bank card. Well, what month I will try to do well, you will get more, you less the same. In the previous month, how much did you well? I got 5 in the previous month. Well, we get the salary here differently. It all depends on the number of worked hours, on the quality of the order, on the number of boxes ordered. Well, if there are more than 200 hours, then you can earn from 4 and more. I used to be a plumber, so it was about 4 or 5,000, and after the agency offered to pass the exam for an operator, I passed, and the same salary, but a little easier than for plumber. How long did the exam take, and what did you need to do to pass it? The exam was simple. They gave us the tickets, we studied them, and there were only 15 questions on the exam, which I easily passed and got my certificate. You communicate with different people. What is the maximum salary you know they get? Over 8,000 zlotys. For the sake of such funds, sometimes you can work for 12 hours. Probably, it depends on each person. Who needs what is the goal, what is the vision? Who went here for what? Some come here to drink sports drinks, some go to work, others just go to buy something for themselves or some rest or something else. It depends. Whose advances are there? Advances for new employees are provided. Those who have been working for a long time, in principle, the salary is enough. And are there any bonuses here? There is a bonus from the number of boxes you make. There are also different rates from your productivity, that is, how many boxes you collect per month. There are different bonuses, they vary from 200 zlotys and higher. That is, depending on the number of boxes, how many you collect. Directly in the coordinator you can take this chart, or for explanation, so that is clear. There is a fairly large number of bets. Everything is focused on making the employee work as effectively as possible. Yes, there are bonuses. If you give a normal standard, you get bonuses all the time. Awards? Yes. The more cardboard you make, the more you will get an award. Personally, judging by my salary, I think there is. And in general, personally, I can't say for everyone, but I don't see the salaries of other employees. Have you received bonuses? Yes. Regularly. All the time? All the time, yes. Depending on the amount, it can be minimal, from 200 zlotys, it can be 600, depending on how much cardboard you collect. No, I don't. Why? I don't reach that level yet. So, earning 5,000 zlotys is possible, but getting a bonus is not possible? Well, it's not possible. It can be added because it seems that in 3 months, or something goes according to the account, then you get a bonus, something like that. Have you ever been suspended from paying salaries? Never. We always get paid from the 10th to the 15th. I do not remember that there were bans on the bank card. How much do you manage to deposit? It seems to be more than half. It's about $500, 600.